Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Red flag, desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Loser
you.
power.
Love you like I
Or
love
more
you.
wine.
She's gonna say that so tired.
Drinking.
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Ill-advised.
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 This
This is ill-advised. Hi, Biffs.
Hello.
What was that?
I was trying to make my hello extra dramatic
Oh.
by
Hello.
shaking my head like a dog out the window.
You
Did it
forgot
work?
to stick your tongue out.
Huh.
Hello.
You just reminded me of my child.
Guys, welcome.
Welcome to Ill Advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do when someone else already has.
And not your grandma.
Or your grandma's best friend that she slept with in college.
Ethel.
Yup.
That bitch. Actually, I think my grandma's name is Ethel.
I think you've told me this before when I said I hated the name Ethel.
Ethel.
That sound right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which side. Is it terrible that I don't?
No. Sorry.
I remember both my grandpies, Clifton and Anery, because Seth's middle name is Anery.
I was like, I think I knew that. I like Clifton too, though.
Clifton. Tyler Clifton.
Seriously?
Seth Anery. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, funny story.
Tell me.
I was like a whole entire adult when I realized my oldest brother and sister have my mom and dad's first names for their middle names.
Mm-hmm.
No, I lied. Bo and Mandy have my mom and dad's middle names.
Okay.
Me and Jake have mom and dad's first names for
Okay.
our middle names. And then Seth and Tyler have
The
mom's
mom
dad and dad's dad's
That's
middle names.
so funny.
And I was a whole adult.
Do you
when
think
I was
they
like,
planned that?
Yes, they did. And I never knew it for my whole life until one day I was like, hold on. Bo Allen, Mandy Catherine, that's your guys' middle names. I was like, and then Jacob Richard, Stephanie Dale, that's your guys' first names. And I was like, Tyler Clifton and Seth Anery. I was like, that's grandpa and grandpa. And my mom's like, yeah. I was like, oh, well, that's cool.
You motherfuckers, you're like, you're going to have 6 and 6. Imagine. How many years apart are there between Bo and Tyler? Because Bo's the oldest, right?
Yeah. Bo's 41 now.
And Tyler is, what, just about to be 29? Because Jenny just turned 29. And they're the same age.
What? I was just going to say Tyler's 26. No,
Because
Tyler,
Seth's
right.
what, 31?
Yeah,
Or 30?
I think he just, I don't fucking remember.
Whatever.
But yeah, they're only like a year or two apart, Seth and Tyler. So Tyler's not 26. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Anyway, sorry
We'll
guys.
be back after
You
this
don't know-
midlife crisis.
Yeah. I need to call my mom.
And thank you, Stephanie, for sharing your family tree with the ill-advised
I was going to say,
listeners.
sorry you guys. You don't give two shits about.
They certainly do. You know what else they care about? Wine. They care about wine. And we really need some.
We do.
We do.
I need to get that damn lime shampoo.
Out of your mouth.
Yeah.
So we have...
I like the bottle.
Thank you very much.
I didn't even look at it.
So I did not pick this.
Tenshen.
Yes.
But
It's called Tenshen.
T-E-N.
S-H-E-N. And the E is like upside down and
Tenshen.
backwards. Yep. And it's like a maze, right?
I love it.
It was picked because of this geometric pattern and not by
I
me.
would have chose it by that too. Thank you, Colin.
Thank you, Colin.
This better taste as
and
good as
it's
it
a
looks.
2017.
Oh, better
Yeah.
than we're doing.
I know. Central Coast white wine. So I think it's a white blend. And then it says, allow me to share. The message inside the fortune cookie said, ideas you believe are absurd, ultimate.
Can you read it normal so I can understand?
No, I wanted to read it like a fucking asshole.
Oh, okay.
No, now I'm reading it normal. The message inside the fortune cookie said, ideas
Can you read
believe.
it like an asshole so I can understand you better?
Oh, how about I just read it? What do you think?
Yeah.
The message in the fortune cookie said, ideas you believe are absurd ultimately lead to success. And here we are.
I just completely spaced while you were talking. I have no clue what you just said.
Seriously?
Again, for the third time. Sorry. I don't. I do know what the fuck. I mean, there's not a name for what's wrong with me, but.
Okay.
Go
I
again.
forgive you just because you don't know what you're saying. The message inside the fortune cookie said, you're having an aha moment? Or do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay. Ideas you believe are absurd ultimately lead to success. And so the wine partnership between Alex Guaracci and Joey Tensley was born. I just like the fortune cookie thing. That's really all I wanted to share 4 times.
I'm so glad you did because I still don't know what the fuck you just said.
Oh, that's okay. It's a white blend. And it's a little pricier than our usual. This is a
Because we didn't
$24.99.
get it.
No, I did. I got it.
Yeah, but I'm saying because we didn't pick it up.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes and no.
True, because I accidentally bought a really expensive bottle before.
And I like buying $20 bottles of wine because I'd rather pay $20 for a bottle of wine than $20 for a glass at a restaurant.
Amen.
Right?
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. This is an interesting color.
Oh, yeah.
It's like more orange than yellow, right?
Yeah, it's like I didn't drink my water today.
Oh, it smells like it's going to make our tongues shrivel.
I like,
Let's do it. Ready?
okay.
Nope, it just broke your mouth. Is that what happened? Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. And we will be buying this again. I love this.
Love it. And
So-
it's not even ice cold anymore either.
No, we went to this place in Marlborough, Massachusetts, for you guys who aren't hip, called, I think he said it was called Vin Bin. And they have cigars and all of these different types of wines along the walls and cheeses, but they do sandwiches there that are so good. So, so good. And that's what we went for. So I was like, oh, while we're here, I need a wine for today. And I said, I want a white, I want something
He's
cold.
never tried this one?
No.
Oh.
No, so he just picked it because of the maze,
'Cause
and
it
I
looks
brought
good.
it up to the counter, and
Yeah.
he's like, this is the guy behind the counter. He's like, oh, this is one of my favorites. I was like, is it sweet? He's like, no, it's dry. Or I think I asked if it was dry. It doesn't matter. But he confirmed that it was dry, and I'm thrilled with it.
But I feel like I've never seen it before. I would
Never.
So where do we buy it?
Vin Bin in Marlboro.
Great. Stock up next
Get
time
a
you're
sandwich
there.
while you're there. Because they're so good. They're so good.
I'm never going to fucking Marlboro.
You're right. I'll get you one.
Stock up on tension and sandwiches.
This is so good.
Super good.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Colin will be thrilled to know. I'll send him a message.
Yeah.
Biff, how you doing? Since we've wasted 8 minutes on trying to read about a fortune cookie.
And also it's talking about my family names that
Right. Oh.
nobody fucking cares about.
They care. They're going to find them and they're going to hold them hostage until you decide to love them.
They're going to be like, I feel so bad for that Seth guy. His middle name's Anery.
Oh, we know Seth's not listening because this is already 8 minutes long. Oh, shit. Yeah.
I'm tempted to say I am a little better, but I'm not positive.
You're cautiously optimistic.
I think I just have no fucking clue what life is at the moment. So
Amen.
either I'm crying or I'm laughing or I'm yelling or I'm doing all at the exact same time and not paying attention to how often or...
Well, I just want to say I'm thrilled to have seen tears of joy today.
I don't know if they were joyful.
Not joy, but they were
Gratitude.
Gratitude, that's it. That's a
Yes.
really good one.
Yes.
I like that. I was told to see something other than like sadness.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like my happy biff. So if you could
Same.
yell at that bitch and tell her, like, hey. Just, hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
We're still, take your time, but we're still here for you.
Right. How are you doing?
Oh.
I know, your house.
Dude, my
your poor
house.
house.
I
that you've been
literally
waiting.
spent the whole day thinking about it. And I literally blocked it out. Like, I guess it's because I was there yesterday working in it. But I'm still not in my house. It's been a month, and it's going to be another month
It's
before
been a
I can
month
get in
since you
there.
purchased.
Since I closed, yeah.
Because prior to you closing, it was
6
how long?
months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now.
So it will be month 8 when I can move in.
Oh my God.
Because of surprise, plumbing work that's faulty and failing. And I just, I'd really like it if life would unfuck us.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh.
I think we just like grow to levels that it's like now it's just like using a tampon.
Okay, can you see something that I can relate to?
Fuck. No. I can't. 'Cause
I'm too scared to use tampons because of TSS.
it just like,
Is that right?
it's not
Toxic
pleasurable. It's
shock
like
syndrome?
just kind of there. Yes. Toxic.
I don't even know why I know that.
Toxic
Shock syndrome, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How common is that?
I was just going to say, does anyone actually ever get that?
I don't know, but it's like deadly, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go home and shove a Q-tip up my ass and I'll let you know what happens.
See, maybe that's what it's comparable to.
I don't think so.
Maybe because it's like you can use this area for pleasure, but then you do something like use a tampon or a Q-tip.
Yeah, but a Q-tip I feel is like the safe way to do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like small and it's longer, sure, but it's smaller.
Yeah, but if
And
we're...
it doesn't have an applicator, so you're kind of just like scratching all the way up.
But if we're comparing the areas, I feel like it's kind of equivalent.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Because yours is meant to stretch out to give life.
Right.
And mine is meant to stretch out momentarily to have a movement.
A gay pride movement?
Yes, that's it. Oh, man. That's fucking great. That's gold shit right there. So I guess I'm going to use this as a way to say, let's get into it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have some fun ones this week. Or we think they're fun because we didn't read them. Although, remind me to talk to you later. I have an idea on how to kind of change this up a little bit.
Every time we tell someone
to remind the other, right?
Then we're listening to this next week going, fuck, what was I supposed to...
Listeners, will you send us an email at you'vebeenilladvised@gmail.com and let us know?
That's not going to help you remember.
That's right. It's not.
Reminder. I'm putting on my notebook in stars.
That's right.
Okay, let's see if that does anything.
Okay.
Hey, Siri.
Oh my God. She's like, no. That's her response.
Girl.
Oh, wait, you just told me.
I was looking for her and I didn't see her right there next to you.
She said, you're telling me. Oh, wait, you just told me.
That's right.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Well, I guess we can't rely on technology. But we can rely on Ask E. Jean from Elle Magazine.
Yes.
Yes, we have 3 from her. Let's see if we can get to all 3.
E. Jean.
I
remember now. E. Jean.
Let's see.
E. Jean is like the English, right? She says like chaps and lads, right? Or they? I don't know.
I don't remember. But I mean, I remember the chaps and us dying about it.
There was a couple words that we were just like, what?
Huh? Pardon?
Yeah.
I don't remember. So we have a couple of good ones. It's really hard for me to pick which one to go with because I like them all. So
I'm trying to remember the titles that you gave me because there was one that I was super curious with.
this is, so maybe it's the same one. My husband's Instagram fame is destroying our relationship. Yes. Yes. How do I compete with his followers and this other world he inhabits? Is like the subtitle,
Right.
but it's a question. I'll just get into it.
Go.
Dear Eugene, my man has become a public figure in the world of social media.
I knew it. I knew they were the one that said weird words.
He has strangers kissing his ass all day and women from all over the world propositioning him, which has inflated his ego to the point where I feel he doesn't appreciate what he has. And he's extremely lucky to have snagged a woman like me. Period. I held out for love until I was 34. I wanted the kind of man who saw the best in me, and this was the man. We met last year and married secretly. He became famous, and my fairy tale now turned into a nightmare. On top of everything, he started an emotional affair with another woman, and I'm heartbroken. Sorry, I didn't see that coming.
I have questions.
I don't know what to do. If I leave him, I risk the possibility of not meeting someone else before it's too late to have children. But I don't want to leave him. I love him.
Here we go.
So how do I forgive him when he's starting to despise me because I haven't recovered from his affair? He ignores me and escapes to the alternate universe of Instagram where he's perfect and loved by one and all. He doesn't accept responsibility for the role he's playing, which is destroying me and us. I don't want to give up on him and the future we collectively imagined, but I don't know where to go from here. How do I compete with his fame and this other world he inhabits? Unspecial in his eyes. I went totally Latino right there. Unespecial.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're
That caught me off guard.
Unspecial in his eyes.
I like the way you say it the other way.
Unespecial.
Yes.
Just. I can do this.
Okay, here's your 75 signs. There's so much going on there.
There's a lot going on.
So much.
I'm just going to put this out here because this is something that I actually really do dislike. I hate the idea of, because I believe that there are people out there who are capable of change.
Yes.
So like the once a cheater, always a cheater. I want to agree with that fundamentally.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But I know it's not true. And
Majority.
it kind of pisses me. I don't.
Majority.
I can't agree with that because I don't know statistically. You know what I mean? But what I can say is there have been some successful relationships following an affair. Successful.
Just speak Spanish.
Successful relationship. I'm trying to think of more. I can't do it. But there have been successful relationships following an affair, etc.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I can't, in good conscience, like, not in good conscience, but like that's something that I want to like. I don't want to subscribe to that in giving this response. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do, actually.
But at the same time, I'm like, bro, public figure, still talking to bitches, not bitches, other people.
Bitches.
I don't know what that bitches. Yeah, I don't care who you are.
We say bitches.
Man, woman, they, them, bitches.
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 All the bitches.
That's right.
So what jumped at me was her timeline, her screaming, baby making timeline. I feel like
Yes.
all avenues can be led back to that and her, I don't want to say obsession, but her persistent worry or want or need about having a child.
You mean that she's letting that override her instinct?
Yes, she specifically said.
Yep.
Right?
I agree with you.
She, like, I
Before
can't
it's
say
too late.
verbatim, but I don't want to risk losing him and not finding someone else in time to have a baby.
That right there is 2 red flags.
First of all, I just had my child. I was 30.
Go ahead, lie.
I'm almost 35.
You're
now.
going to be
She's almost
35.
so I was 31.
31. No,
Like-
that's terrible math.
Jesus Christ. If you can't math, I'm not even trying.
You're about to be 33?
I'm about to be 35.
30. I'm so sorry. I was thinking 33. I meant to say 35 because you're older than me.
She's almost 3.
Right. So
I
you
would've been
were 32 when she was born.
Okay. And I'm still, excuse me, I still have plenty more
Years of.
baby making.
That's right.
So she has this, like, I'm not going to judge that. I absolutely can relate to the, oh my God, I'm 30 and I'm not even in a relationship,
Dude,
let alone.
seriously. I can too.
Right. But guys can have babies till they're fucking super old.
Until they're blue on the balls.
I mean, women can too. It just gets more.
It gets more high risk.
It gets trickier. The eggs are.
They do get older, but you're higher risk for developmental issues, or developmental
pregnancies.
No, not geriatric.
That's what it's
Is
called.
that what they're called?
That's what it's called.
I'm thinking like a 60-year-old woman going like,
They
had a
wanted to
fertile
give
egg.
me a special test because it was a geriatric pregnancy at 30 fucking 32, however old we just said I was.
You had her at 32. You got pregnant at 31.
Yeah. And that was a fucking geriatric pregnancy.
What in the
Right.
F-balls?
Right. Mind you, I have an aunt who pushed babies out at like her late 40s, maybe early 50s. Like,
And yeah.
but 30 is geriatric.
But we digress.
Right.
We digress. Let's talk about something other than your retired vagina. Just not yours, but hers. Like her retired vagina.
There's a lot there. There's a lot there.
I
They're
think
clearly
this is a desperate attempt to keep somebody.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
And I hate to say that because I don't like it. But it is. It's a desperate attempt to keep somebody for your benefit to reach your own goals. You're not saying anything that says love other than, I don't want to leave him because I love him.
Sabotaging everything. And this is why, not that I'm approving and or justifying, but this is why he had an emotional affair. There's probably tons of pressure. There's probably a constant, assuming, but for me, this is what it sounds like, that there's just like the constant, we have to get married and have a baby, and I'm 30, whatever, and you're, and he's newly famous, so he's living his best life.
Which, whatever that means too. You know what I mean by famous. I mean, maybe he just has
You're
a base.
Instagram famous.
No, not by Instagram standards.
What's the most likes on one of your pictures?
You have more likes on one of your pictures than I will ever have.
Bullshit.
What did you get? Like, it was something that you posted. You were like fucking thrilled. You didn't understand why you had like, what, 1,200 likes on it or something?
12? No.
No, it was something big though.
No.
I think the most likes I've had was maybe almost 300, but you had one that was like, went off the charts.
It was probably a meme, not a selfie.
Doesn't matter.
I'm talking about your selfies. Get 300 likes. Okay, never in my life.
That was a picture of me and my ex in Costa Rica that everyone seemed to love.
Because
it was a really great picture. I won't lie. It was a good picture.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Anyways.
I digress.
Yeah.
We both digress.
Yeah.
So her question is, how do I compete with his fame in this other world he inhabits? But I don't feel like that's
not
the right
issue.
question. That's not the issue. Like, I
that's
feel
not
like
what it sounds like it's the issue.
It feels like, okay, so some of the things you described were like him feeling the pressure, but it also feels like she hasn't let go of this affair, or she hasn't clearly let go of whatever affair he had. And
he feels like he's beating a dead horse now.
Yeah. And so he's like retracting and doing,
So he's like,
let's
fuck
say
it. I'm going to go
he's,
talk to these hot bitches on Instagram that aren't
or maybe not.
hagging me.
Maybe he
Hagging?
is hounding.
Hagging.
Hounding.
Hounding and nagging.
Yeah.
Hagging.
Hagging. Hashtag handing. Handing. Great. Fuck this.
We're doing great.
We're doing wonderful.
Handing.
If you haven't been paying attention, this is the 20-something episode of Ill Advised, the podcast where they don't speak English. What I was saying was I don't want to put out there that he's not having an affair anymore. You know what I mean? I don't want to put I also don't want to subscribe or I don't want to put out there like once a cheater over, always a cheater. But I do want to say I agree with you that there's a potential that he is retracting and kind of like holding up because maybe
If he's finding more fun and pleasure and comfort and not comfort, enjoyment and less stress.
validation, just validation.
Yeah. Thank you.
If she's like cut off because of that, you know
If
what I mean?
she's constantly
affair.
worried about, holding
now-
on to,
And this is where people kind of like validate me
cheating
and make
and
me feel
then-
important.
yeah, I go on here and these bitches ain't hacking me.
The real response to your question is you don't compete.
Right.
You don't trust him.
Right. You wouldn't have to compete with the right man. The right man, you wouldn't feel
Right.
these things. But
And-
also, you need to look at what your play in this is. Not that it's ever a woman's fault when a man cheats.
Amen. Thank you so much for saying that.
Ever. That's not.
But also vice
I wasn't
versa,
even
people.
talking about
Let's just be that.
Right.
Say that.
I
Be
wasn't
that.
even. Yeah, let's just be that.
Let's just be that.
Yeah, you've been ill-advised. We're going to go eat guacamole.
And drink the rest of this wonderful wine that I can't
Wonderful.
steep. I can't
I
stop.
can't steep.
Stop.
Yeah, she'll catch.
Fuck this, guys. I love it, and I can't. Bikipani.
I totally lost track of.
I'm so sorry. That's my
Yeah,
fault because I
same.
can't speak.
Also, my brain. So
It's mush. I feel that mush.
oh, right. Your part. I wasn't even talking about the affair part, but like
Okay.
in general, your place. She's already named some very big issues that it
Yeah.
seems to be in
One
the
of them
forefront
being
of.
he doesn't accept responsibility for the role he's playing in destroying me.
But
But maybe he isn't. Maybe you are.
well, that's what I'm saying. We need to look at ourselves and be like, hey, I either need to let this go and genuinely let it go, or you can't just forgive someone. You can't stay in a relationship and not forgive someone. It's never going to work.
Never.
Ever.
No, it's going to be a whole bag of resentment for the both of you.
Constantly. And he's clearly showing signs that he's just exhausted with
It's
it.
a psychological nag,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Great description.
It's a psychological nag. So how do I compete with his fame in this other world he inhabits?
She's
You
focused
don't.
on
You're not
something
focused on
that's
his
like this.
fame.
Doesn't sound like the issue in the relationship at all
No.
to me.
No. I think that she knows her answer and she's looking for some sort of validation. She's looking for someone to kind of justify her staying.
Okay, yeah.
And her question,
agree.
rather than how do I get past him cheating,
Right.
is
Let's ignore.
how do I get past his fame?
Right. These things that I mentioned aren't the issues.
No.
So I'm going to focus on.
You painted this whole picture, okay?
Right.
Actually, this is a great example. You sat here and painted this whole picture of like a boat on the sea and this beautiful like background. It's very scenic and calm and serene. And then you turn the painting around and you showed us the Mona Lisa.
Right. And said,
Which is not as calming and serene.
how do I make Mona Lisa prettier? Excuse me.
I think we're in agreement here.
Yeah.
Do you want to see if Elle is? Or
Yes.
Eugene, rather?
Eugene.
Let's see. Eyes. Oh. Eyes, dear love. First off, freeze your eggs.
Aha. Didn't think of that
And
part.
we didn't say that. And I feel
My
like
aunties
we
are pushing
give.
babies out still.
I feel like we would
So
give
I worried about
anywhere else. Like if we were giving advice to one of our friends, we'd be like, "You got options."
I don't think of that.
No.
I don't ever think of like freezing. Your
No,
eggs
but I
or
don't mean
something.
freezing eggs. But I feel like if we were talking to somebody on one, like
If
one
they
of
were
our
like,
friends, we'd
what
be
if I
like, "You
don't
have
date
options."
somebody?
Right.
Yeah.
There are other options in the world.
Right.
If you are too late.
Yeah, you can be like Amber Heard and just randomly wake up with a newborn one day.
Yeah. Oh. You can't make a decision about staying with a public figure who's destroying you if you're compelled to keep one eye peeled on your uterus, on your own uterus. That's an interesting way to word that.
You can't what?
You can't make a decision about staying with a public figure who's destroying you if you're compelled to keep one eye peeled on your own uterus.
Oh, right.
Right.
So like what we said.
Right. Now, my darling advice columnists work as detectives. Each letter is a mystery, and we comb through line by line, ignoring the red herrings. He's perfect and loved by one and all, and rooting out the chumps, the glamour pusses, and the dingbats, his followers on Instagram. And then zero in on the culprit and solve the problem. In short, I was admiring your Instagram when a trail of cryptic hashtags led me to the bloke you're wedded to. An artist with
Bloke.
22,000
This is
followers.
Eugene.
Yep, this is Eugene. Eugene. An artist with 22,000 followers, a fantastically talented, handsome, ornery lad, I must say.
Ornery.
So now that I have the
She's
facts,
the ornery.
she's
Bloke. Which one's the girl one? Bloke.
bloke
right?
is a man.
Oh fuck.
Yes.
What's the girl one?
Ornery. Oh no.
Yeah, but
Woman, girl,
No.
chap. No, not chap.
what is the Outback bathroom stalls? Bloke and
I don't know.
come on. All right,
don't
keep reading.
Outback.
I'm gonna
Okay.
Google it.
But you can't compete. Oh, I'm sorry. So now that I have the facts, I've gone back and reread your letter, and I don't want to go nuts here, but you can't compete with him. Why? You've already won. Right. I stopped reading
Santa?
just to look and see what you were saying or what your face was saying. You've already won your big time law career, your extravagant beauty, the evidence that you're much richer than he is. Make sure the house is in your name. And on top of all of it, your selfless work with your charity reveal that you are one who holds the cards.
What? Selfless
Did we miss
work
something?
with charity?
Oh, she went through her Instagram.
Okay.
Now I feel better. I thought I was going like, I thought she was just saying like,
Just
as an
yeah,
example.
off
No,
on a
she went
tangent,
through
yeah.
her Instagram. Okay. I could leave it at that, but a second crime appears in your letter. There are 30,000 people in your marriage, you, him, and your combined Instagram followers. That love between two personal brands constantly looking for likes will constantly turn to bullshit if you don't limit the fairy dust and start seeing each other as human beings with flaws. He had an emotional affair. It hurts. Oh, right. It was an emotional affair.
Right.
I guess it's still cheating. It hurts, but it's not the end of the world. You can't crowdsource forgiveness. So why don't you end your secret marriage and try a second one with him for real?
What? Try a second one with him? Neither of them motherfuckers are in this.
I guess what she's saying is that, like, you're also
Let go of
trying to be,
these obsessions.
yeah,
The holding on to the affair.
and trying to paint the perfect marriage on your page. And you're perfect on who you are.
I just
and,
almost said someone's name.
okay, don't do that.
You
I know
that.
exactly
Right,
where you
right,
are.
Right.
Yes. Wow. I don't hate that. I like the metaphors in here. I didn't get them at first, but I like them.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, they clearly adjustments need to be made. They need couples counseling
Yeah.
for
Yesterday.
sure because he's just off on his planet because she's railing for a baby but still resentful of him cheating, and he's, I'm sure, feeling like he's beating a dead horse because she's still hanging on to the affair, and there's a lot of hot bitches on Instagram.
And they're not even real.
A lot of them are, though. That's
Oh my
what's
God.
terrible.
I'm sorry, this is an aside, but been looking at these like reels on Facebook and Instagram that like originate on TikTok and all that shit.
Right.
About people like, I don't look like this, and then they turn the filter off and they're like, this is what I look like.
I actually feel like I saw one of those.
And it's dramatic. I mean, the person's still beautiful, but like it's a dramatic change.
Yes. Oh, sorry, guys. I just
She keeps breaking
need the
shit.
table. Also, blokes and
Sheila's. Oh, I feel like I should have known that. But Sheila's is Australian, no?
Well, blokes.
I don't know about blokes. I always known blokes as like European.
I don't know. I just remember one time that my sister's friend years ago, we were at Outback specifically, and she asked us which bathroom was
Outback
the
makes
men's,
sense.
and we told
Bloke
her the
Sheila.
blokes, and she walked into
So
the
that's
blokes
Australian because
bathroom.
Australia
Right,
is the Outback.
Right, but it just where my brain went because we made her walk
Hey, we
into
don't
the
know
blokes
who
bathroom, and she
Asian
did.
is.
I don't know, could be Australian. Although the words make me feel like a bit more English.
Anglais. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Yeah. Moral of the story, go to fucking therapy.
Yeah.
Everyone and their moms.
Everyone, please. Please. I was laughing so hard this morning, and I tagged you in this, a memory. I need to share it with everyone
I forgot to
else.
look at the date that was shared.
I'm going to share it with the
Please
world.
tell us the
right
year
now.
that it was
Because
originally posted.
it was just so appropriate, right?
I was laughing very hard.
It was just so appropriate. So this is a memory from 2013 on Facebook between the two of us. And it's one of those, I don't know how I can
Gifts?
describe this. This is one of those like old...
The e-cards.
The e-cards, yeah.
The fucking raunchy ones.
Yeah, and this one has like a guy and a girl holding their school books, looking at each other with this like blue background that says, we should probably get therapy for all those issues we conceal with humor.
Yes. How ironic.
So that I just wrote to you, I'm like, about time.
Right.
It's true. That was today. We didn't write about it however many years ago. 9 years ago? Holy shit, Biff.
Ew.
Then we can look back on shit like that.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
That's hilarious. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This one is also from Ask EG, and this one's from June 2019. After 3 perfect dates, my new guy ghosted me.
Oh.
They
have that new MTV show,
Which one?
Ghosted.
Of course, I should have just said ghosted because I was thinking
Right.
ghosted. Right. And have you watched it?
I don't know how new it is now, but yeah. It sounds like the title of this one.
Oh. I just would like to make like a blanket statement. Can I? Do you care?
Do I ever?
We're making direct eye contact
Yeah.
right now.
And both of our heads were like tilted.
Looking up toward our eyebrows.
Right.
Don't be a coward. Don't ghost. Please just tell someone you're not interested.
I agree, but I can't.
No, I can't. Personally, it fucking eats away at my conscience.
I was just going to say, it feels more of a ghoster thing. Like,
Well, yeah.
if you need to ghost someone, ghost them. If you're a fuck boy, you're a piece of shit. But if you're like...
I guess it's a circumstance thing too, right?
Because at some point, honestly, from personal experience, I will tend to ghost people. And this is like not serious, like obviously not
Right.
like dating stages
Right.
or like not even dating yet, just talking.
Like high five.
Yeah. So I can't speak for men, obviously, but for us girls, if we're forthcoming and like saying, hey, like, you know, this, I'm not really digging this or whatever, we often get hit with fucking stuck up bitch.
Lighten up.
Fucking brr, 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 brr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
for
it's
us,
not
it's
much
like,
different in the gay world. I'll just tell you that.
well, yeah.
Yeah. So I
But I
kind of
mean,
see
for,
why.
yeah. So at some point, it's just like, I'm just going to ignore you because I don't want to be called a fat bitch when you're the one who told me I was super hot to begin with. I can't be a fat bitch and super hot. So you messaged
Yeah,
me
you
first.
fucking can, but
True.
I
I am a
digress.
super hot fat bitch.
That's not what I meant, but yes. Yes, that works if you want to own it. Yeah, this is
Anyways,
actually,
my point
it's
was
very
that there's
it's
sometimes
circumstantial.
right. Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, go.
I understand. I think I'm just like so forthright with what I'm feeling in that moment that they know they're not getting a phone call.
Yeah, but also haven't you been ghosted? I feel like you've kind of not ghosted, but like left hanging
Oh yeah.
with like
oh no,
the
for sure.
indirect.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
does he like me? Does he not?
Yeah, no.
type of thing.
Actually, I think I've been directly ghosted.
So I
guess
so
I
I
just
feel like
didn't
you have a
dwell on
little
it
bit
'cause I
more.
forgot.
Well, that's
But yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, even if you are ghosted, like, let it fucking go. That's your answer. For me, that's like a huge. That's your answer.
Yeah. That's,
People always.
I think that's
give
probably
you
what you
their
told me.
answers. Yes,
Yes. Verbatim.
probably.
Shall we? This is actually a short one. I'm actually really surprised.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Dear Eugene, I met the most wonderful man. Red flag. We've had 3 amazing dates and have spoken almost every day on the phone. Everything was going perfectly until 2 days ago when he stopped answering my calls and texts. I texted him because I was worried, and he responded by saying he was swamped at work and he'd contact me after he completes his big city planning project. He's a municipal worker.
He's married.
He's a public worker. Let's fucking call him out and get him fired. Then he blocked me on every social media platform and blocked my phone number. I sent a bunch of texts to his business number just to tell him that he could count on me for at least some moral support.
What?
His secretary called me back to tell me that his decision blocking me was final as of right now.
What?
I looked up literally to look at your face. Only to look at your face. Okay. I sent him one last text to tell him that I was there for him no matter what, but now I'm scared that I pushed too hard and that he'll never want to see me again. Did I do the right thing by trying to contact him even though he said not to? Hating to lose him.
No shit.
Biff, it's all you. My face tells you what I'm feeling.
Our listeners can't see your face.
Right, which means you agree with me.
Okay, so I take back him being married.
What?
I take back him being married.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I think by the 3rd date, he realized you're a stage 77 clinger. And was like, yeah, this doesn't work.
I don't want to agree with that specifically.
So, okay, can you reread the part closer to the beginning where they said something about when his response was that he's swamped? Read.
I texted him because I was worried, and he responded by saying he was swamped
Even
at
more.
work. And he
Even
further back?
Yeah.
That's the beginning of it.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Just reread it.
I met the most wonderful man. We had 3 amazing dates and had spoken almost every day on the phone. Everything was going perfectly until 2 days ago when he stopped answering my calls and texts. Texted
Okay,
him.
so 2 days.
Yep. And then I texted him because I was worried, and he responded by saying he was swamped at work and he'd contact me after he completes his big city planning project. Then he blocked me on everything.
Okay.
He straight up ghosted. If what she's saying is in this order and she's not missing any information,
Right.
which is what we should go on,
Right.
then
Okay, so he's married. And also you're stage 75 clinger.
I wouldn't say clinger. If it's somebody that you talk to every single day and
Right,
things
I
didn't
can
go,
understand the initial, hey, you know, is everything fine? You're not answering, like, whatever. It's been a couple days. Yeah, sure. But then, continue.
but that's when he
After they were blocked in the
but
secretary.
he blocked her, and then the secretary called to tell him that his decision was final. Can I just say you're a fucking coward by sending your secretary in to do your dirty work?
Yeah, you can say that for sure.
Because I wholeheartedly believe that.
He's married.
He literally made his secretary
He's
break up with
married.
her. That's worse than a text message.
You're right.
I know. I have stopped seeing someone over the phone, but only because they are like, push the envelope.
Yeah, right.
Because
You were
I'm like,
trying
no,
to-
let's hang, let's let's talk, whatever.
right.
No, I want to know why. All right, here you go.
Right. Yeah. Super
It wasn't
valid.
that easy, but yes, that's how
Super
it went.
valid.
But this, if I asked
But
my
there
assistant
was
at work
some-
to like,
Can you text this man back and tell him my decision is final as of right now?
imagine.
Like, what does that even mean? This sounds like he's like a catfish, but like now he's not like,
He's an emotional catfish.
but he like does this for fun.
Yeah.
And then he'll get like a WhatsApp number and text the person and be like, this is John Smith's secretary.
But that's the only thing that gives me pause about him being married is that he asked his secretary. Don't you think that like your secretary would know? Like,
Don't you watch Lifetime? All secretaries know that their bosses are cheating ass motherfuckers.
oh, I don't watch Lifetime.
Oh, Biff. What kind of gay are you? You ain't a Lifetime guy.
I'm like between a Lifetime gay and a football gay.
You don't watch football.
That's why I said I'm between them.
Okay. Fair. So that's like a E. Bravo. You're a Bravo gay.
And I'm not a housewives gay. So did she do the right thing by trying to contact him even though he said not to? That question is a no.
Right. Once you have your answer, you have your answer.
You have your answer.
Anything past that is desperate or needy or...
Clingy, or I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
So, shall we?
Yeah.
I think we're okay with this. We're okay with this answer.
Yeah.
And her response is very short.
Perf.
Ready? Miss Hating. I love you, you nitwit, but allow me to suggest that the best way of preventing a recurrence of such hideous scenes in the future is to never, ever pester a man after your first 2 messages failed to get a response. And 2 is pushing it. That's it.
Fucking A.
That's perfect.
Yep. No answer is an answer.
Yes.
No answer is an answer.
Yep. And swear to God,
And it doesn't
to
matter
this
why.
writer,
Doesn't matter why he's ghosting you. He's ghosting you, and that's
Right.
the answer.
to this writer reader though, you're not the only one to cross this. You're not the only one
Oh.
to feel a certain way.
Fucking A.
This shit's like real.
Super real.
Oh, I feel like we need to validate that because
Of course.
either we've ghosted or been ghosted and it makes us feel a certain way, and rejection in the general sense just never makes you feel good. So I think I just needed to say that, being on both sides of, no, I've never ghosted. So being on the ghosted side of things, not the ghosting side.
Correct.
I kind of understand, and I don't like ghosting people because I think karma has a fucking vicious way of getting back at you.
Yeah, like your wife
Vicious.
finding out.
Like my wife finding out.
Yeah, not yours, his. Also, I'm your wife, so.
Right. 40's coming quick.
Oh my God. It is.
It's coming quick. We're about to be 35.
My birthday's this month.
You before me, bro. I got 4 months.
August. You have 3 months.
Guys, I don't know if you've caught this. I think
2
we've
months.
talked about this.
3.
Stephanie swears up and down that
I
my
don't
birthday
think
is
we've ever
August
talked about this.
20th.
August 20th.
And it's really...
Every year, August 20th comes and goes, and I'm like, fuck.
Forgot Biff's birthday.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, right. It's not fucking August. And then I have to go on Facebook and look up his real birthday.
And you still don't know?
And I still don't know. October.
Yes. Oh my God, you just made me
20th?
so happy. Yes.
Okay, so I had the 20 right.
You always have the day right.
Okay.
It's funny because one of my old coworkers, and I still call her a friend, Jocelyn, is August 20th.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's wicked funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's why I
Jocelyn,
laugh
she's
about
still
it.
on my Facebook.
Is she? She's great people.
Shout out Jocelyn, because I know your birthday better than than I know my best friend's birthday of
True.
20 years.
True story. Oh my God.
I just don't know where August even came from. But it stayed permanently.
It stayed.
Permanently.
It really did.
To this day.
It's okay. I'll forgive you someday.
No, you won't, because I'm never going to not think your birthday's August.
Guys, let's jump to the next question.
Let's do it.
All right, this is the last one. And this one, I think, is going to cause us some...
Oh, God.
I
I've been
like
putting
this
my
one.
foot in my mouth enough lately.
No, this isn't a foot in the mouth thing. This one's going to cause us to think.
Oh, great. I
But
can't do
only,
that right now
only
either.
by the title, because the rest of it, I can't... I haven't read it, so I can't... And you know how they always come up with surprises. Like, it's never what you
Yes.
think it is.
Right.
It's still relatively short, but I'm just going to jump in.
Okay.
This one is, do I tell my future IVF children they were once frozen embryos? And for those people who are not versed, IVF is in vitro fertilization,
Right.
where they petri dish the egg and the sperm, and then they take 6 to 8 of those embryos and they put them right into your uterus. And the chances are very low that they take, but when they do take, it's 1 or 2, maybe 2.
Right.
But then you have instances like Octomom
That they all.
that they all take.
Right.
So, roll the dice, bro. Dear Eugene, after 3 years of trying to have a second kid, we gave in and did IVF. It worked. Congratulations.
Yes.
We have a second kid, but we also have something we didn't expect. 2 frozen embryos.
Mm-hmm.
Though it wasn't part of the plan, we've made the decision to try to have these 2 as well. Our doctor says the odds are actually pretty good if we have them one at a time. We'll put a bit of spacing between kids for their health and ours, so they'll be frozen for a few years. My question to you, Eugene, what do we tell each future child? Do we tell them they were frozen? Expectant mother.
So I'm thinking of this as an adult child.
Okay, that's perfect.
Right. Like, not like a mom who's telling my kids this, but as like being the child. Like, now, if my mom called me one day and was like, you were frozen. You read how I would take that right now. And
You're my cryo kid.
like, I would be like, wait, so I'd want to know, am I biologically yours and dad's? Like, or was this like a donor thing? Blah, blah, blah. But
It sounds like...
right, they're biological.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it would
I was
be
much
right
more excited
now,
about this before I read it.
But right now, I think I would love to know that. If I was younger, I'm not sure.
I think like those 2 kids, I'd be like, you guys are our miracle babies. If they took and birth happened,
Yeah.
you guys we weren't supposed to have number 2, but we did. And you guys were here. And now we've had 3 more. Like, you guys are our miracle babies. But we really like the oldest one better anyway. Speaking
That
from
one was the most
experience,
intentional.
yes. Number 2 was fine. We were gonna get it happen. It was gonna happen anyway, but samples 3 and 4.
Testing.
Testy 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think if it's just both, it's not like they were donors. I think
Yeah.
that would be
That's a different,
right.
yeah.
That would be
because that's
different.
where
That
I
would
was
be
going
like,
with that
hey.
at first. Yeah,
But if it was just like, oh, me and your dad nutted in
tried
a petri
boning.
dish
yeah. Me and your dad nutted.
and froze you for
Someone wrung out my fucking cervix like a fucking
right.
half a lemon.
That would be, yeah. I think it's not a,
What do we tell each future child? Do we tell them they were frozen?
I don't think
Why not? Not that you need to.
I don't think that matters.
It doesn't.
Unless it, like I said, unless it was like a donor and it was like your dad's not your dad.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? But like,
You came out of mommy's tummy. How did you get in there? I guess it's an age thing. When do you tell your kids that you didn't fuck to make them?
you don't. It doesn't matter because your biological parents are still your biological parents.
Right, but I guess they feel a need to say something. I guess that's where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Like they're asking, or she's asking, or she, expectant mother, is asking because she feels like, you know,
I need to
if they ask where they
tell
come
you
from,
your dad's been nutting in me for a long time.
and one of us isn't viable enough
Right.
to.
So instead, we took our sex and put it in a petri dish.
And scientists have been studying you ever since.
And then we had to freeze you and then stick you back in my tummy, and then it worked.
Yep. Through my
You know what I
vagina.
mean? Like it.
Through a needle in my vagina.
I don't think it. That's what I.
Is it a needle?
Being now an
I'm
adult
sorry, I just
child
feel so
now,
uneducated
that
in
would
a
be. That would be. I would find it cool.
I'd be like, I feel like that's something that would
that's
just like
cool.
come up in conversation. Like you were
Like,
talking to
oh, yeah,
a new
you
friend, like,
were-
oh yeah, I had so-and-so right here in vitro. And then like, seriously?
Right.
Yeah.
Or even just like,
It's a non-issue.
right. That's what I agree. It's a non-issue.
Thank you
'Cause
for talking me into this.
Yeah.
It's a
You're
non-issue.
here. Your mom is your
I wouldn't
mom.
go out of
your
my way
dad
to
is
be
your
like,
dad.
you know, your dad came into a dish.
Instead
Mom,
of,
what's came?
what do you mean he came into a dish?
Well, he
is
used
he
those
still
nuts.
in a dish? Is dad still in a dish?
Did he get it at IKEA? Seriously.
Did you wash the dish?
Is this my SpaghettiOs?
This is alphabet soup.
Oh my God. All right, so we're in
it's
agreement.
Yeah.
Do we tell them that they were frozen? I don't think you go out of your way to tell them. I think that if it comes up, it comes up, and so what? You're the biological.
Yeah,
It's
biological.
Bergen. You're their biological parent.
Yeah, I don't think a child gives a fuck if you were injected manually
Right.
or scientifically
You came from me. This is your dad. High five. What's for dinner?
frozen.
Frozen eggs. Guys. So I'm thinking about that fucking Geico commercial.
And I'm dying. With the little gecko?
No. No, not Geico. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Geico. They're not paying us anyway. Progressive. When they're like, try not to be your parents, and he's like, guess what this is?
The
This is a meatball. He's like, it's a Scotch egg.
It's
Sorry.
a meatball.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I feel like that can be
Those are the best
That's-
fucking commercials
your
ever.
child, your brother's a meatball, you're a Scotch egg.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
So, so before I start screaming Keanu over here, do you want
Oh, we know.
going? I'm going to read the response.
Yes.
Expectant, my eggplant.
Eggplant. You just snorted.
Fucking greeting.
Eggplant. There's the donkey.
My eggplant. Expectant, my eggplant. I'm fucking hot. No progenitor law. Progenitor.
Okay.
Sure. We'll take
Google.
it. Thank you. No, it's progenitor. Progenitor.
One word?
Yes.
G-E-N-itor?
Yes.
Okay.
That was on purpose.
Right.
No progenitor
Hold on.
loss.
One word?
Yes. Progenitor.
Oh, right here.
Excuse me, that was a great hiccup. Progenitor.
A person or thing from which a person, animal, or plant is descended or originates.
Oh.
An ancestor or parent.
I think that we've learned more from advice columns than we did in high school.
Fucking agreed. 100%.
Because I still have not used calculus.
Good to know.
No progenitor law says that you have to reveal everything to your offspring. It'll be 10 or 12 years before they can even grasp such abstract concepts. So that's like, oh,
Your brother's
that's how I had your husband. Like, yeah.
Right.
But because parents will soon be able to choose their optimal baby by gene editing, because it's now possible with current in vitro techniques to overcome mitochondrial genetic diseases by creating a 3-parent baby.
What the
Can we not even go there? Can we
Please,
just?
yeah.
Okay. Because researchers at Harvard and MIT have harnessed the. Oh, we're still going. Researchers at Harvard and MIT, Haller, Massachusetts, have harnessed the CRISPR CAS9, which I will call the CRISPR-Cas9 tool.
CRISPR.
A technology that led scientists I read that wrong. Should I just start over? Because researchers at Harvard and MIT have harnessed the CRISPR-Cas9 tool, a technology that lets scientists edit segments of the genome by removing, adding, or altering sections of the DNA sequence. And researchers in China are editing genes of human embryos by using the CRISPR-Cas9 tool.
Oh, my head hurts.
Because other researchers are rapidly heading toward the day when rewiring a baby's brain circuits, altering its biochemical balance, and creating a child who's smarter, faster, and kinder than its parents will be the norm.
Here we fucking go.
Because scientists like Elon Musk are already engineering brain-computer interfaces, and labs are on track for creating little cyborg toddlers. Because of these upcoming developments, I think, Miss Expectant, that when your future children ask where they came from, you can honestly say, you ready, Beth?
No. Go.
Mommy and Daddy fell in love and created you the old-fashioned way, and then we put you back on ice for a bit.
What the fuck?
I understand why she went on this tangent. To complete their nativity story, after an exciting description of their glamorous 5-star chilled accommodations, the upscale earthquake-resistant chamber, the luxurious little beds of liquid nitrogen, the posh crypto protectant that they were dressed in, and so forth, concluded with these words: and you moved to mommy's tummy and spent 9 months growing super secret powers. P.S. For more about the future, read Yuval Noah Harari's Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow. Beware, it's a thrilling book. My cries of rapture as I read it disconcerted half a dozen passengers on my plane to San Francisco.
I don't like aging.
I actually like this because she was talking about like all of the possibilities of having a child, and you're concerned about saying we had you naturally, we just needed a tiny bit of help. That's what I took away from this.
Right. But
We could have literally edited you to look like this, but what we did was
not yet.
I couldn't hold you the natural way right away, so what we did was we put you in rather than make you right away.
But what fucking child's gonna give a fuck is my question.
Well, that's why she gave her responses in quotes. Mommy and daddy fell in love and created you the old-fashioned way and moved you to mommy's tummy and spent 9 months growing super secret powers.
Right.
But she was just saying that as an effect to like, you're overthinking this.
Like, no fucking kid cares.
No kid
cares.
As
long as you have the same mommy and daddy, no child fucking
Which
cares.
is what we were
right
getting at. So, good job, Eugene.
That was...
I understood. And I think it's easier for me to understand because I can read it and see the quotes and see the ellipses.
No, I totally get what you were saying. But it was like...
the long-winded way around.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like that was I don't like to judge people's questions and shit, but like, oh my fucking God.
Like you're bored. You know the answer to this, you're bored.
Get over it. Still got the same mommy and daddy. Your children isn't going to care how that happened as long as they still have the same mommy and daddy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's, but I this response sounded longer than it really looks. I'm going to be very honest with you.
Yeah, there was a lot of...
Also, it was the witticisms in it. I feel like I wrote this. I don't toot my horn about much, but about writing.
Oh, yeah. Always. For sure.
I feel like I wrote this. Yeah. Also, I would Harvard. I would mention Harvard and MIT. Because Cambridge for both of them.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think about this one? Or any of the ones we said tonight, we reread tonight? I think these were fun. Yeah. They weren't our typical norm. I don't think we have one, but like they weren't so serious that we were. Yeah. I don't know. I think you might.
Yeah, but we also didn't do the ones I thought we were going to.
Right. Right.
5 steps one.
Oh, right.
I thought we were going to do that one.
Well, these 3 got more excitement out of us.
Oh, I thought that one was
it wasn't in those 3.
And then we're, okay.
Right. We should save that.
We should, because I want to do.
Yes. We'll tell you guys about it when we get there.
I'm going to write that down. Reminder.
Maybe we should just do EG next week.
Hold on.
What?
I'm supposed to remind you for something.
Go ahead. Remind me.
I don't remember.
Oh, you wrote reminder, but
reminder.
Not. Guys, if you know what she was supposed to remind.
Oh my God, rewind it.
Oh, we're going to have to. Send us your questions, please.
You really don't remember?
I don't remember.
Oh, for the love of God.
You don't? You really don't? You're trying really hard.
You had a way to finagle this. Switch this, do something with this questions. That's what it was.
This questions?
These questions.
Those questions?
What's those questions? Remember you said, remind me, and I have a...
No.
Something to do with the questions. A different
Blame it on the goose. Got me feeling loose.
We didn't drink goose.
Blame it on the titties. Titties, not Tito's. I'm done. I can quit.
I was going to say titties.
Titties. Blame it on those boobs.
My mom's going to be so happy.
Oh, sorry, Ma.
5. What was steps? I'm just noting for next week.
Yes, that's actually I'm very curious about that. That might take a whole episode, to be honest. If we don't do it next week, we're definitely going to do it, period.
Yes. Also, I can't believe you don't remember, and I reminded you.
And you still don't remember what you were reminding me of. I don't understand. It's not enough information.
What's the information you gave me?
But you didn't remind me about what I needed to be reminded me of.
I reminded you based off of the information that was given to me.
Guys,
I cannot
can you
remind you.
remind us what our Facebook and Instagram is?
You've been ill-advised, the podcast.
No, just ill-advised the podcast.
Fucking hell.
Or you can find us
Ill-advised, the podcast on Facebook and Instagram.
right.
Okay.
You've been ill-advised at gmail.com or you've been ill-advised.com. And we're going to fix that because we don't like it. To listen to our episodes, all 21 of them now.
I thought it was
Nope.
different for .com.
That was a potential that I sent to you. Guys, we talk about logistics on air because when we're done with this, we just want chips and guac.
Super glad you told me about the website.
Yes. And send us your questions, please, and your feedback. We do this for our mental health because it's wonderful to me to have like a biff night
It's
once a week.
fucking beautiful.
And I don't know, whatever. Just send us your questions. We would love to answer them. And you look great in those jeans. Your butt looks fantastic. That skirt is not too short. And girl, rock those heels.
Or those flats.
Or those flats.
Who gives a fuck about your toes?
Amen.
If they cute, sell them on. What's the?
Prisonerswantmytoes.com.
That's probably a real thing.
That's probably a real thing. And that's
Thank
it.
you for listening.
Thank you for listening so much. You're beautiful.
You've been ill-advised.